one for something.
No, there should be a signed up sheet in the
The
back.
pink one? Yep.
Okay, the date is February 18th, 6 PM, and we're gathered for our bi-monthly select board meeting. I'd like to open the meeting with a roll call. Select persons present, Jeff Peters and Mike Gould. Employees present, Michelle Nichols, Kelsey Ring, Matt Blockler, and absent is Town Manager Brian Mullis. And Michelle is our interim manager until he returns. I'd like to start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remove your hats. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, before I move on, public present, we'll start with you, Kelly.
What?
Just state your name.
Kelly Doyle.
Joshua. Almond Gray.
Thank you. Okay, first item is open session. Anything you have to bring, it's normally limited to 2 minutes extension per chair. Does anybody have anything for open session? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. Sign the minutes of the board meeting from February 11th, 26. Maybe not.
I was thinking what I put up there. No.
And seeing none, we're going to move on. Review of the treasurer's warrants, payroll number 13.
That's all right. I don't feel so bad now.
We can always do them next time, Kelsey.
I typed them, it's just didn't print them.
Oh, they didn't hit the print button. It must be contagious in the office.
Usually
It's
someone
a
comes
team
in.
effort.
Okay, and accounts payable number 14. Oh, it's mixed in.
Where's Rob?
Kelsey laced her boots up too tight today. Okay, moving on. Old business. First is EMS contract with Mayo.
Just was on there so we could revisit and see if you guys had continued to look over it, figure out if we're going to proceed with that or not.
Yes, we haven't, so let's move
Yes,
forward.
we have.
So, why don't you just relight the fire, Matt?
So yeah, we've talked multiple times about the beginning of the EMS, of Sangerville Fire. So
Right.
getting the station licensed to provide patient care until the ambulance arrives, and then they can transport because of our wait times that we're experiencing with them and staffing issues. In order for us to do that, in order for Maine EMS to give us a license, they want what they consider a continuity of care. So we show up, we take responsibility for that patient, but we can't transport them to the hospital.
Right.
So in order to provide a continuity of care, to make sure that Maine EMS is satisfied that that patient goes from us to an ambulance to the hospital, we have to have a contract with a transporting service. Without that, we cannot get a Maine EMS license for the station. This is what I'm told, I've read it a few times, this is the standard contract. I actually checked with other departments in the area, it's the same contract that they have. It just states we're toned at the same time as Mayo is for these certain medical calls. We go provide care, transfer care to Mayo EMS. They transport the patient to the hospital, and then whatever equipment we use to treat that patient, Mayo bills their insurance and we restock from it.
Right.
Just so that we're not, like if we use a bag valve mask, they give us one of theirs to replenish what we use, they bill it to the insurance or however they do that, that's their whole thing.
And this requires a contract to do.
This requires a contract for us to be licensed with Maine EMS. Without this contract, Maine EMS, they're not satisfied that every patient will have that guarantee that they're going to get from here to here to here.
Right.
So,
So this is at the ambulance stage?
what's that?
You're talking about at the ambulance stage?
Correct, yeah. So, if we didn't have this contract, in Maine EMS's mind, we could go to a medical call and say, we don't think you need medical care and no ambulance is gonna take them, and then something could happen. So this way, there's that continuity of care, so they're guaranteed to have patient transport to the hospital. So,
And this is something that we need right now at our level of service to the public, right?
I feel as though we need to offer this to the public because of the situations that we're in. I mean, if people are waiting 45 minutes for an ambulance, if they have a critical condition, we can go and provide CPR without this medical license because we do it as far as training. CPR, lift assist, we can do Narcan administration, we can do severe bleeding control. But in order to do other medical interventions like epinephrine for an allergic reaction, or oxygen administration for difficulty breathing, or glucose for diabetic concern, or any of these different interventions, we have to have the station licensed in order to do any of that. So otherwise, we would just be going and standing there and being an ear for them to talk to while they're waiting for an ambulance.
Now, is anybody on the department
Yeah, so-
licensed to administer oxygen or
So,
whatever?
right now we have one that is a EMR, one that is an EMT basic, and then I'm still in my class to get relicensed as basic, so that'll be done in May. And then I will be, and then I just met with Eastern Maine Community College to have another remote class, hopefully fall, maybe next spring, to get more people. So I have a half dozen more that want to go through the class, but they can't, with their work schedules, can't enroll in a normal college class. So this remote class is 3 nights a week, but at least you can do your regular day job and then go to that afterwards. So it's 155 hours or whatever.
So as long, right now, if you had a call, as long as one of the people that are licensed win, we can administer some forms of care
Yep.
until it comes up to oxygen or.
Right, what the license would allow us to do is we would license to an EMR level, which is emergency medical responder, and permit to an emergency medical technician basic, which would allow you to do
Just the way it was.
basic, that list basically with a few extras. And we're not looking to go to like an intermediate or paramedic level doing IVs or narcotic medication, anything like that. It's more for if you have chest pain and possibly having a heart attack or difficulty breathing or something like that, and an ambulance is coming out of Milo or Greenville or wherever because the other ones are busy, somebody from here can come give you oxygen and stabilize you until you get an ambulance to further care, is really what it's for.
So this contract has been presented to us at one point, or it's just something we need to get this contract in front of us?
I gave you both one at one point or another. I gave Mike one and remember I put one in your truck.
Yep.
That's the contract.
Yep.
So it would be something that basically, I would just need permission to, electronically sign it, because it's through whoever is in charge of the EMS department.
Mhm.
But I'm obviously not going to sign that without you guys' approval, so,
Now, wasn't Brian working on something with this?
yeah,
Before he left.
Brian was, and this is an extension of what Brian and I had started. He
Oh.
just,
Because I remember this at the level when Brian was talking about it.
him and I had talked, we started this whole thing, and I just have proceeded with it in his absence. The only difference now that Brian has gotten sick is originally when we were gonna try to get this class for more people to get licensed, he was thinking that he was going to be able to teach
The
that.
class.
Yeah, and we did find a couple hiccups with that. He would have to be basically a EMCC instructor, which means that they would require him to probably be like one of their, whatever they call it, on their payroll kind of deal, in order to do that. They have no problem providing us with an instructor to do the same thing, and now that he is in the position that he's in, it's probably not a bad idea that we go this other route, but,
Does this contract have any financial strings? It's just simply a contract?
the only thing, there's no financials as part of that contract that I can find anywhere in there. I don't know if you've seen anything, Mike, but I see nothing financially. The only thing we did, which we met with the budget committee, and there's $2,000 for the year to the budget for EMS, and that's startup money for small pieces of equipment that we don't have that we would need to be licensed to that level. And that would take care of all that stuff. And then from there on, there's no money that we know of unless a piece of equipment breaks or something like that, just like anything else. If you have to replace a piece of equipment or, but
This contract requires this $2,000 investment basically to have the stuff on the truck, or it doesn't?
the contract doesn't require it, but the licensing through Maine EMS requires us to have that equipment. So that's why it would be figured into the budget.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does that need to cycle through budget committee and town meeting before we move forward with it, or no?
Well, that's a question for kind of all of us, I guess. All I can speak for is what I think the town would agree with. I think the town would agree that for $2,000 extra for the year, that having somebody there, if you're in need, they would be okay with that.
I've witnessed it personally.
If it comes down to town meeting and people say, no, that 2,000 extra isn't gonna happen for me, then I would probably have to do what I could to find that money somewhere and make it right, but we can wait until we get through to the end of March. It just puts everything further back is all.
Right.
And I did continue with the process that Brian and I had started with Maine EMS, which is just a bunch of different loopholes that you have to jump through with writing like a quality control plan that they have to approve of, and these agreements, and then they give you the equipment list, required equipment list, so you go through that, see what you have, what you don't have, what you need.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's nothing that we absolutely have to do right now. We can wait until after town meeting to make sure that it's approved. It's just, we're gonna be, if we wait till then and then we apply, probably looking at two or more months before we get an inspection date, and then they'll come and inspect. Well, actually, you gotta wait, order everything, get it here, apply for an inspection date, and that just pushes you out to probably the beginning of the coming year before.
We talked about that last night, didn't we?
We talked about the $2,000 in the budget committee meeting.
And nobody had heartburn about that.
No.
The budget committee didn't, but ultimately, the budget has to fly by the people.
Yeah.
Now, if we spent this $2,000 in our current budget, is there any money there to pay for it?
In our current budget, trying to think when we ended up with the balance. Cause right now, I
Any
mean,
carry forward money or anything?
yeah. Let's say right now, everything's zero.
Right. I just don't know where we stand if it doesn't fly through town meeting.
I guess Matt's gonna have to
I'm gonna have to tighten some ropes.
Can it be pulled out of your general budget?
It could,
Is it legal to pull
So-
it out of your general budget?
Can we, what about the fees, no, those fees, the license fees, those are
Yeah, that's in a
specifically,
reserve.
that's reserve account, so we can't, that wouldn't be anything that we
So-
could work with.
Basically, we have, like, as you guys know, you have everything, as far as my budget, Michelle and I, if I go over on one line item, but I have extra somewhere else, it all equals out. As long as that big number at the end of the year hits where we want it to hit.
We don't have any, as far as equipment account, Matt, we don't have nothing.
We do for equipment reserve, but I don't know how that really falls with this equipment.
Well, why, I don't know why it wouldn't
So,
qualify for equipment.
but
Right.
if, so like, say equipment repair, like, we put, say, 5,000 away for equipment repair. If nothing catastrophic happens, well, there's your extra in there, but if something catastrophic, you just don't know until the year progresses. Do I
Could you-
think that we'd
could
have
you-
plenty? I do.
Could your boot drive money backfill anything that you needed out of that?
We
could you
could
do
as
that?
long as the department voted on it, because, well, not the department, but the Friends of, because it's through nonprofit. I don't think any of them would have a problem.
And don't take this as we're having a problem with it,
No,
we're just
I-
trying to fit,
I
where-
completely
trying
understand.
to figure out where it fits between the
I
lines. so
And
that's-
I look at it like this too, if we take it out of the Friends of the Fire Department, who cares?
Yeah.
As long as it goes to the fire,
And-
well, the department, that's
And
all
we've
that
used the
matters.
Friends of the Fire Department money for equipment almost every year. And I actually we bought, one of the boot drive monies, we bought the gear washer out here for 5,500 or whatever it was. And I petitioned with the state because they kind of messed around with us about a grant for a gear washer.
Mhm.
And I finally got tired waiting for them and we just bought it.
Mhm.
Well, I petitioned and fought with them about it, and they've agreed to refund us our $5,500. So that's a chunk there that we didn't have, that the guys would probably be fine with using that if we had to.
If you had to, yeah.
Yeah, we don't,
So,
I don't think this, we definitely don't wanna hold this up.
yeah.
I think Mike agrees with me, as a board, we
Nobody
don't,
gonna,
Oh, I know, I'm really not worried about it, and like this year, we were, like 1,500 below our budget number, so I really think that the numbers that we predict will be safe, even if people don't. I really don't think for $2,000 though, people would squawk about
having
that.
additional service available if they have a
It's a
problem.
service, I mean, it may not be beneficial to everybody, but if you're in that position and you're waiting 40 minutes for an
Hey,
ambulance,
a lot
and somebody
happens, a lot
can,
happens in 2 minutes.
yes, somebody can give you nitro or an EpiPen or oxygen to stabilize you until an ambulance gets there. I mean, $2,000 well spent in my eyes.
Totally agree.
So I completely understand both sides of it.
Yep.
Whichever way you guys wanna go, I will go with it. I just wanted to touch base and see if you guys wanted me to proceed, or you wanted to wait till town meeting, or what you
I'll
want.
say proceed.
I agree with Mike, it sounds like something that's just nothing but a benefit for very little money.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a service that every other town is getting to the point where it's a kind of a necessity because of the situation that we're in. And I feel like if people pay their taxes and are sick, and we have people trained, like I
Help them.
have three people trained that can help them, but without that station license, Maine EMS says you touch them, you got a lawsuit. So,
Right.
we can literally go over there and hold their hand, but that's it.
Yeah.
So,
So based on what we've heard, I make a motion that we authorize Matt to sign the contract, EMS contract with Mayo.
Second it.
Vote. It's a vote.
take care of it.
You need us.
No, it'll be an electronic signature through me, and then I'll give you guys copies to put on file.
So if anybody's yelling, send them our way.
Yeah, I just needed approval, that's all.
Okay. Okay, moving on, next is open the mowing bids. And it appears like we have 5.
Yes, 5, Kelsey,
5. Okay, the first one is from Orman Gray. And his bid is for $6,000. And with it is a copy of his general liability policy.
And is
Yeah.
that,
That's for the ball field, right?
Yep.
The ball field and in town.
Yep,
So that must be my parks.
so let me read a description, we might as well read the description on all of them, so we're comparing apples to apples. His bid is for the 26th season for the mowing and trimming for all 6 areas, which includes Veterans Memorial Park, lot at the corner of High and Main, Town Garage area, Cable Box area, Route 23 sign area, lawn at Town Hall, Veterans Memorial Park at Main Street, and School Street areas will be done weekly, keeping it all neat and professional, and it also includes trash removal from each area. And again, he's provided his insurance information. Okay, and the second bid, also from Orman, is for the cemetery mowing for the 2026 season. And this bid includes the mowing and trimming for all 7 cemeteries, which includes the Bailey Cemetery, French's Mills, Gilman, Jackman Corner, Knowlton Mills, Townhouse, and Village Cemetery areas, done weekly, keeping it all neat and professional, includes trash removal. And again, a copy of the liability statement.
What was the price?
It's
Joe?
for $12,000.
What is the season? When does it begin and end?
When the grass is long enough to mow until it dies.
Mowable grass
When,
until
when I get it done raked and cleaned up, then we start mowing.
When he's putting on the snow plows, you'll know it's over. Okay, so that brings the total for Orman Gray's bid for all of the mowing to $18,000.
Are you the one that does it already?
I did it last year,
Yeah,
yes.
it's nice.
I did go up $1,000 this year, but last year I cut a bunch of brush, then I just did it. When I do the same thing this year, I still got, if I get it this year, I'm gonna do the same thing. I still got a lot of stuff to do and to try to clean them back up, so.
Sure.
Okay, this next bid, trying to figure out who it's from. Sebasticook Property Services. The undersigned has reviewed the town of Sangerville bid requirements for cemetery mowing 2026. Agrees to provide all required labor and equipment and maintain the 7 designated cemeteries in compliance with the town's standards. So this bid is for all 7 cemeteries is $13,997.97.
What was it again, 13 what?
$13,997.97.
Very precise.
So cemetery, 13,997.97. And then this bid also includes debris management, respect and attention for flags, flowers, etc., and trash removal. And proof of insurance certificate is available on receipt of the bid. Okay, so that was just cemeteries. I'm gonna assume the second one. And this bid is also from Sebasticook Property Services. And this is a bid for the park and other lawn mowing in 2026 per bid requirements. Agree to provide all required labor, equipment, services to maintain the 6 designated areas. And he breaks it down by the park, the lot. The total bid for the 6 areas is $7,897.97. So that would be a total for all services that put out to bid is $21,895.94. And that was for Sebasticook Property Services. Okay, and the third bid comes from Hunt's Lawn Care from Ripley, Maine. And it says, as stated in the 2026 bid package, includes mowing, trimming, raking, and tree debris removal, trash removal. It doesn't break down whether or not it's for everything. The bid amount is $18,300. I'm a little bit concerned because this is a little vague.
It's a lot bigger.
It says bid for Town of Sangerville Park mowing 2627. As stated in the 2026 bid package, it includes mowing, trimming, raking and tree debris removal, and trash removal. And the bid amount, $18,300. Okay, that's all of the bids. So the Orman Gray bid and the Sebasticook Properties bids both break down completely what they're going to do. The Hunt's bid is a little bit vague. Orman Gray is the least amount of money at $18,000. Hunt's Lawn Care is $18,300. And Sebasticook Property Services is $21,895.94.
Make a motion to accept Orman Gray's bid.
I second the motion. Is there any discussion? Does anybody have any input?
It's the lowest bid, he did a great job last year, so.
I second that.
Ready to vote?
Okay. So, the motion is to accept Orman Gray's bid. Vote. The bid's awarded to Orman Gray for $18,000.
Thank you.
Did a good job last year?
You'll have a good job this year.
Pretty certain of it. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Item 6 is new business.
Before you go further, you have a deed sitting in front of you.
Okay.
This is a deed that was for the tax acquired property, that was sold back. This was returned to us because there was a statement missing and the the registry of deeds now requires different wording on the deeds. So this is correcting the one you'd signed before.
These are the people that came and paid in full
Yeah.
when we returned their property to them.
Yep, so we just need to correct the deed we did before. If you could
Okay.
just sign it for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, new business. Do we have any? Seeing none, we'll move on to the town manager's report.
I don't really have anything. We covered pretty much everything last week.
Budget committee update, maybe.
We've gone through the budget all in one night. We have some things that we do need to update tomorrow when we get back into the office. We'll have another meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Should be fairly simple and with new totals.
Moving on to road commissioner's report. The only thing we've had come up this week, and it actually came up yesterday, we were approached by Haley's if we were interested in sharing some of the cost of repaving the entrance to Haley's and the entrance to our town cemetery. And just kind of an FYI to everybody, I've reached out to Haley's, haven't got a contact going yet, just to see what their ideas are. We had a budget committee meeting last night, and the idea was fielded by the budget committee as well. So that's just something that's on the horizon, just so everybody knows. Michelle said earlier that Guilford had put their heavy load signs out. I think this week, Mike and I are interim road commissioner while Brian's out. I think this week, one of us will take and just do some homework on when we should put our posters out. That's all the issues we've seen as far as road commissioner goes. Any input?
Just to let you guys know, the new loader up there, I've got it for another month. So we'll be
Okay.
here in town for another month, and like I said, everything's going good between me and Jeff and Jimmy, that we're trying to get the roads open and clean for everybody, and
Yep.
if there's any problems, just give us a holler, so.
Haven't heard any problems, so.
No,
That's good.
I'm just saying, I mean, if you hear anything, just let me know as quick as possible, and we'll get out there and fix the problem. That's all I can tell you, so.
Yep. All right, moving on. Select board concerns, I have none.
I have none.
Executive session, there is none tonight.
I make a motion we adjourn.
I second that motion. We're adjourned. The time is 6:34.